In a small town, a powerful judge scorned a young black woman in court, unaware that she was about to change everything. Maya Johnson, with dreams of justice and equality, was determined to fight back. As whispers of her identity spread, the courtroom buzzed with tension. Could she stand up against the judge's prejudice? Little did anyone know this encounter would spark a movement, challenging the very foundation of the justice system. Maya's story was just beginning, and the stakes were higher than anyone could imagine. Would she rise to the challenge, or would her dreams be crushed? Forever, before we star the story, comment below where in the world you're watching from today, and if you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new one. In a bustling courthouse, the atmosphere was tense. Judge Thompson, known for his strict demeanor, was presiding over a case that day. The courtroom was packed, and all eyes were on the judge as he entered. Among the crowd was a young black woman named Maya, who had come to observe the proceedings. Dressed in a simple but elegant outfit, she sat quietly, taking notes and listening intently. As the case unfolded, a defendant stood before the judge, nervously shifting his weight. Judge Thompson was known for his no-nonsense approach, and today was no different. He berated the man harshly, his voice booming throughout the room. Maya watched, intrigued, but also somewhat apprehensive, as the judge's words cut through the silence like a knife. Suddenly, in a moment of frustration, Judge Thompson's gaze landed on Maya. "What are you doing here? This isn't a place for spectators. If you don't have something to contribute, you might as well leave," he snapped, his tone laced with contempt. The room fell silent, and Maya felt the heat rising in her cheeks. She opened her mouth to respond but quickly closed it, choosing to remain silent instead. As the judge continued his tirade, something unexpected happened. A hush fell over the courtroom as the door swung open. A group of distinguished individuals entered, dressed in formal attire, exuding an air of authority. At the front of the group was an elderly man who walked with a cane, and behind him stood a woman with a radiant smile and an undeniable presence. As they approached the judge's bench, the air crackled with anticipation. The elderly man spoke. "Your Honor, I believe you owe a significant apology to this young woman." The judge looked confused, trying to comprehend what was happening. "Who is she?" he asked, a hint of annoyance in his voice. The woman stepped forward, her smile unwavering. "I am Maya Johnson, and I am here to introduce myself as the new Chief Justice of the Supreme Court." Gasps filled the room. The judge's expression changed from disdain to disbelief. The courtroom was silent, save for the sound of the judge's chair creaking as he leaned back, clearly taken aback. Maya stood tall, her confidence radiating like sunlight. "You see, Judge Thompson, I may have come to observe today, but I am also here to remind you that we must treat everyone with respect, regardless of their appearance or position. This court should reflect fairness and justice for all." The judge's face flushed. He had misjudged her, assuming she was just another onlooker. Now, faced with the reality of her position, he struggled to find the right words. I apologize, Chief Justice Johnson. I did not know," he stammered, the authority in his voice faltering. Maya smiled warmly, a glimmer of understanding in her eyes. "Thank you, Your Honor. It's essential that we all remember that our judgments can shape lives. Today is a reminder that true leadership is about humility and respect." With that, the courtroom erupted in applause. Maya's poise had transformed the atmosphere, and people were no longer just spectators. They were witnesses to a pivotal moment. Judge Thompson sat in silence, contemplating the lesson he had just learned. As the applause faded, Maya turned to the audience. "Let this be a lesson to all of us. No one should be underestimated based on their appearance or circumstances. We all have the potential to rise and inspire change." The crowd cheered once more, and the judge, humbled and reflective, nodded in agreement. This moment would not only change the course of the trial, but also leave a lasting impact on everyone present, a reminder that respect and understanding are the foundations of justice. Maya had stepped into the courtroom as an observer, but she left as a beacon of hope, proving that greatness can come from the most unexpected places. As the applause subsided, Judge Thompson cleared his throat, visibly shaken. He had always prided himself on being a fair judge, but today he felt the weight of his previous actions heavy on his shoulders. The courtroom was no longer just a place of law, it had transformed into a platform for change. "Chief Justice Johnson," he began, his voice steadier now, "I recognize that I have a lot to learn about humility and the importance of listening to others. Today has been a wake-up call for me, and I want to assure you that I will strive to do better." Maya nodded, appreciating his sincerity. "We all have room to grow, Your Honor. The key is to remain open to learning from one another. Our perspectives are shaped by our experiences, and it's crucial to embrace diversity in our judicial system." The other judges in the room, who had entered with Maya, stood in solidarity. One of them, a seasoned judge named Justice Patel, spoke up. "Maya is right. We must actively seek to understand the communities we serve. Justice isn't just about applying the law. It's about ensuring that everyone feels heard and valued." Judge Thompson nodded, a hint of remorse in his expression. "I appreciate your guidance, Justice Patel. I want to work with you all to foster an environment that truly embodies justice for every individual who walks through these doors." As the judges discussed plans for training and outreach programs aimed at educating court staff about implicit biases, Maya felt a sense of hope blossoming within her. She envisioned a future where the court system would reflect the diversity and humanity of the society it served. After the hearing, Maya took a moment to step outside the courthouse. The sun shone brightly, casting warm rays across the city. She breathed in the fresh air, feeling a mixture of relief and empowerment. Today had been a turning point, not just for herself, but for everyone involved. As she walked down the steps, she noticed a group of young people gathered nearby, discussing the events they had just witnessed. Their eyes were wide with excitement, and Maya couldn't help but smile. She approached them, eager to hear their thoughts. "Did you see that?" one young man exclaimed. "I can't believe the judge was called out like that." "It was amazing," another girl added. "I never thought someone like her could be the Chief Justice. It gives me hope." Maya felt a surge of pride. You all have the power to create change in your own lives and communities. Don't ever underestimate your ability to make a difference. Always stand up for what is right. They nodded enthusiastically, inspired by her words. Maya knew that her journey was just beginning. She wanted to connect with young leaders, to mentor and guide them in their pursuits of justice and equality. As she walked away from the courthouse, she felt a sense of purpose driving her forward. In the days that followed, Maya made it her mission to reach out to various community organizations, schools, and youth programs. She held workshops, sharing her story and encouraging others to pursue careers in law and public service. Her message resonated deeply, sparking a wave of interest among young people from diverse backgrounds. Meanwhile, Judge Thompson worked diligently to implement the changes they had discussed in court. He organized training sessions for his staff, inviting experts to speak about the importance of cultural competence and equity in the judicial system. The courtroom began to transform into a space where everyone felt safe and respected. As months passed, Maya's efforts began to bear fruit. She witnessed young leaders emerging in her community, motivated by her example. They were passionate, driven, and ready to challenge the status quo. Maya felt a sense of fulfillment knowing she had sparked a movement, igniting a fire of change. One day, as she was leaving a community event, Maya received a call from Judge Thompson. "Maya," he said, his voice warm, "I want to invite you to speak at a judicial conference next month. Your insights could help shape the future of our court system." Maya's heart raced with excitement. "I would be honored, Your Honor. Thank you for the opportunity." As she prepared for the conference, Maya reflected on her journey. She had gone from being underestimated in the courtroom to becoming a powerful advocate for justice. Her story was no longer just her own. It was a collective narrative that highlighted the strength and resilience of her community. When the day of the conference arrived, Maya stood before a packed audience of judges, attorneys, and community leaders. She spoke passionately about her vision for a more inclusive judicial system, one that embraced diversity and listened to the voices of all people. As she concluded her speech, the room erupted in applause. Maya felt a sense of belonging wash over her, knowing that she was part of a larger movement toward justice and equality. This was just the beginning, and she was ready to continue fighting for change. Maya's journey was a testament to the power of resilience and determination. With every step forward, she was not only paving the way for herself, but also for generations to come. Ensuring that no one would ever feel underestimated or unseen again. The success of the conference marked a significant milestone in Maya's journey. Following her impactful speech, she began receiving invitations to speak at various events across the country. Each opportunity allowed her to share her message of justice, equality, and the importance of representation in the legal system. Maya decided to use her newfound platform to advocate for policy changes that would support underrepresented communities. She collaborated with other activists, lawmakers, and legal experts to draft proposals aimed at improving access to legal resources and education for marginalized groups. Together, they envisioned a system that not only served justice but also empowered individuals to advocate for themselves. One evening, as she reviewed her notes in preparation for a meeting with community leaders, Maya received a surprising call from the president's office. "Ms. Johnson, the president would like to meet with you to discuss your initiatives and explore how the federal government can support your efforts," the aide said, sounding both excited and impressed. Maya's heart raced. This was an unprecedented opportunity. She quickly agreed to the meeting and spent the next few days gathering her thoughts and preparing her presentation. She wanted to ensure that she conveyed the urgency of the issues and the necessity for federal support. When the day of the meeting arrived, Maya entered the Oval Office, her nerves tingling with a mix of excitement and apprehension. The president greeted her warmly, and they exchanged pleasantries before diving into the discussion. "Ms. Johnson," the president began, "your work has been making waves across the country. I believe that the initiatives you're championing could have a profound impact on our justice system. Tell me, what do you envision for the future?" Maya took a deep breath, her passion igniting. "Mr. President, I envision a system where every individual, regardless of their background, has equal access to justice and legal resources. We need to invest in community programs that educate people about their rights and provide them with the tools they need to navigate the legal system." The president listened intently, nodding in agreement. "I completely agree. We need to ensure that our judicial system reflects the diversity of our nation. What specific support do you believe would be most impactful?" Maya outlined her ideas, emphasizing the importance of funding for legal aid organizations, training for judges and attorneys on implicit bias, and initiatives that promote mentorship for young people of color interested in pursuing careers in law. The conversation flowed naturally, and Maya felt a sense of camaraderie with the president as they brainstormed potential solutions. By the end of the meeting, the president expressed his commitment to supporting Maya's initiatives. "I want to partner with you to bring these ideas to life, Together, we can make a significant difference in the lives of countless individuals. Maya left the White House feeling invigorated and hopeful. She knew that the road ahead would be challenging, but with the president's support, she felt empowered to pursue her vision for a more equitable justice system. As she continued her advocacy, Maya's efforts began to gain momentum. She organized town hall meetings across the country, engaging with communities and hearing their stories. People shared their experiences with the legal system, highlighting the challenges they faced and the changes they desperately needed. Maya listened intently, taking notes and gathering insights to inform her advocacy. One day, during a town hall meeting in a small town, a young woman named Layla approached Maya after her speech. "Thank you for what you're doing. I never thought someone like me could have a voice in the justice system." "Your story inspires me," Layla said, her eyes shining with admiration. Maya smiled warmly. "You have a voice, Layla. Don't ever doubt that. Your experiences matter, and you have the power to make a difference in your community." Layla's words resonated with Maya, reaffirming her belief in the importance of representation and empowerment. She realized that her journey wasn't just about her own success, it was about uplifting others and creating a ripple effect of change. As months passed, Maya's initiatives gained national attention. She found herself at the forefront of discussions about criminal justice reform, appearing on news programs and panel discussions. Each time she spoke, she carried the stories of those she had met, reminding everyone of the human element behind the statistics. However, with increased visibility came challenges. Maya faced criticism from those who resisted change, questioning her motives and the validity of her ideas. She received negative comments on social media, but she refused to let the negativity deter her. Instead, Maya focused on the positive impact she was making. She surrounded herself with a supportive network of friends, family, and mentors who encouraged her to stay true to her mission. They reminded her of the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. One evening, after a particularly challenging day, Maya received a call from Judge Thompson. "Maya, I just wanted to check in. I've been following your journey, and I'm so proud of the work you're doing. Remember, you're not alone in this fight." His words brought her comfort. "Thank you, Your Honor. Your support means a lot. I'll continue to push forward, no matter the obstacles." With renewed determination, Maya prepared for the next chapter of her advocacy. She knew that change wouldn't happen overnight, but she was committed to the long haul. With each step she took, she was not only building a legacy for herself, but also paving the way for future generations to thrive in a more just and equitable society. Maya's journey had transformed her into a beacon of hope, inspiring countless individuals to join her in the fight for justice. As she looked ahead, she knew that the road might be challenging, but she was ready to face it head-on. Armed with her passion, as Maya continued her advocacy, she realized that the journey toward justice and equality was not just about policy changes, but also about shifting mindsets within communities. She decided to expand her efforts by launching a series of workshops aimed at educating individuals about their rights and the importance of civic engagement. These workshops would provide practical knowledge and empower participants to advocate for themselves and their communities. Maya teamed up with local leaders, legal experts, and educators to create a comprehensive program that addressed the various challenges people faced within the justice system. The first workshop took place in her hometown where Maya had grown up. The community center was filled with people eager to learn. As she stood at the front of the room, she felt a wave of nostalgia wash over her. This was where her passion for justice had first ignited, and now she was back to inspire others. "Thank you all for being here today," Maya began, her voice steady and confident. "This workshop is about more than just understanding the law. It's about empowering each of you to take an active role in your community, Together, we can create a future where everyone's voice is heard. The participants listened intently as Maya and the other facilitators shared valuable information about their rights, the legal process, and how to engage with local representatives. They discussed topics like voter registration, the importance of serving on juries, and how to report injustices in their communities. During a breakout session, Maya encouraged participants to share their experiences and ask questions. A woman named Angela raised her hand, her voice trembling slightly. "I've had a really tough time navigating the legal system after my husband was wrongfully accused of a crime. It feels like nobody listens to us." Maya approached Angela, her expression empathetic. "I'm so sorry to hear that, Angela. It's important to know that you're not alone in this. There are resources available to help you, and together we can ensure your voice is heard." The room erupted in supportive murmurs, and Angela looked visibly relieved. Maya knew that these workshops were crucial for fostering a sense of community and resilience. She wanted participants to leave feeling empowered, knowing that they had the tools to advocate for themselves and others. As the workshop concluded, Maya felt a sense of accomplishment. She had witnessed the spark of inspiration in the faces of the participants, and it filled her with hope. She encouraged everyone to continue the conversation and reach out if they needed assistance. In the weeks that followed, Maya held workshops in various cities, each time connecting with diverse groups and hearing their stories. She was moved by the resilience of individuals facing adversity and the shared determination to fight for justice. As her influence grew, Maya was approached by a prominent non-profit organization that focused on criminal justice reform. They invited her to join their advisory board, providing her with a platform to collaborate with experts in the field and influence policy changes on a larger scale. Maya accepted the invitation, excited about the opportunity to contribute to meaningful reform at a national level. She attended board meetings where she engaged with passionate advocates and legal professionals dedicated to creating a fairer justice system. During one meeting, Maya proposed a new initiative aimed at bridging the gap between communities and law enforcement. "We need to foster trust and understanding between these groups," she emphasized. "It's essential that we create programs that encourage dialogue and collaboration." The board members nodded in agreement, and after discussions, they decided to move forward with Maya's proposal. They began drafting a plan to implement community engagement programs that would bring together law enforcement and community members to discuss issues, share experiences, and work toward building trust. As these initiatives took shape, Maya also continued to use her voice in the media. She appeared on various talk shows, podcasts, and news segments, advocating for her vision of a more equitable justice system. Her authenticity and passion resonated with audiences, and she became a sought-after speaker at national conferences. Despite her busy schedule, Maya made it a priority to stay connected with the individuals she had met during her workshops. She created a network where participants could share updates, ask questions, and support one another. This sense of community became a vital part of her advocacy, reminding her that every individual's story mattered. One evening, as she reviewed feedback from her workshops, Maya received a message from Layla, the young woman who had approached her at the town hall meeting months earlier. "Maya, I just wanted to thank you. I've been inspired by your work and have started a club at my school focused on social justice. We're organizing a rally to raise awareness about our community's issues. I'd love for you to be a guest speaker." Maya felt a surge of pride. "That's incredible, Layla. I would be honored to speak at your rally. Keep me updated on the details." As the rally approached, Layla and her classmates worked tirelessly to prepare. They created posters, organized speakers, and reached out to local media to cover the event. Maya knew this was a significant moment for Layla and her peers, and she wanted to support them every step of the way. On the day of the rally, Maya arrived at the school, and was greeted by a sea of enthusiastic students holding colourful signs and chanting slogans for justice. She felt the energy and excitement in the air as she stepped onto the stage to address the crowd. "Thank you all for being here today," Maya began, her heart swelling with pride. "What you are doing is important. You are the future leaders of this community, and your voices matter. Together we can create change and advocate for a more just society." As she spoke, she could see the passion and determination in the faces of the young people gathered before her. Maya felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that she was inspiring the next generation to stand up for what was right. After her speech, students approached Maya to share their thoughts and ask questions. Layla beamed with pride, knowing that their hard work had paid off. The rally became a celebration of community, resilience, and the power of youth advocacy. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the crowd, Maya felt a sense of hope for the future. She realized that her journey was not just about her own achievements, but about the countless lives she was impacting along the way. Together, they were creating a movement that would resonate for generations to come. Maya's vision for justice was becoming a reality, and she was committed to continuing the fight until every voice was heard and every individual was treated with dignity and respect. With each step forward, she knew they were building a brighter future together. Determination and an unwavering belief in the power of change. As the rally concluded, Maya felt an overwhelming sense of accomplishment. The energy in the air was electric, and she knew that this event had sparked something special within the community. Young people like Layla were stepping up to take the reins of advocacy, and Maya felt honored to be a part of their journey. In the following weeks, Maya continued her work with the non-profit organization, focusing on implementing the community engagement programs she had proposed. They held meetings with local law enforcement agencies, community leaders, and residents to foster open dialogues. The goal was to build trust and understanding, bridging the gap that had long existed between the police and the communities they served. As the programs rolled out, Maya witnessed positive changes. Officers began attending community events, and residents felt more comfortable approaching them with concerns. There was a newfound sense of collaboration, and slowly but surely, the atmosphere in the community started to shift. Maya also made a point to stay connected with Layla and her classmates. She mentored them, providing guidance and encouragement as they continued their advocacy efforts. Together they brainstormed ideas for future initiatives, including workshops on civic engagement and programs that focused on mentorship for younger students. One day, Layla approached Maya with a new idea. "What if we create a student council that focuses on social issues? We can address topics like mental health, education inequality, and environmental concerns. Could be a platform for students to voice their opinions and work together on solutions." Maya's eyes lit up at the suggestion. "That's a brilliant idea, Layla. A student council focused on social issues would empower your peers to become advocates for change. Let's plan a meeting to get started." The pair quickly organized a gathering at the school, inviting students from various grades to come together and discuss the formation of the council. The response was overwhelming, with dozens of students eager to join the conversation. They shared their concerns and ideas, and Maya facilitated the discussion, encouraging everyone to participate. After several brainstorming sessions, the council was officially formed. They elected leaders, created committees to tackle specific issues, and established a mission statement that reflected their commitment to creating a positive impact in their school and community. Maya attended their meetings regularly, providing guidance and support. She was impressed by the students' passion and dedication. They organized events, raised awareness about important social issues, and collaborated with local organizations to implement change. One evening, Layla called Maya with exciting news. We've been invited to present our council's initiatives at the upcoming City Council meeting. This is our chance to share our work and advocate for the resources we need." Maya's heart raced with excitement. "That's fantastic, Layla. I'll help you prepare for your presentation. This is a great opportunity to show the city how dedicated you all are." Together they worked on the presentation, highlighting the council's achievements and outlining their vision for the future. They practiced their speeches, ensuring that each student felt confident in sharing their story and advocating for their needs. When the day of the City Council meeting arrived, the student council members were nervous but excited. As they entered the council chambers, they took a moment to appreciate the significance of the occasion. They were not just students, they were advocates, ready to make their voices heard. When it was their turn to present, Layla stepped up to the podium, her heart racing. She took a deep breath and began, "Good evening, council members. We are the students of School Name, and we are here to share our vision for a better community." The students shared their stories, the challenges they faced, and the initiatives they had implemented. Their passion was palpable, and the council members listened intently, captivated by the students' sincerity and commitment. As they concluded their presentation, the room erupted in applause. The students beamed with pride, knowing that they had made an impact. The City Council members expressed their appreciation and commitment to supporting the council's initiatives, promising to allocate resources to help them succeed. Maya watched from the audience, tears of joy in her eyes. She was proud of the young advocates and the progress they were making. Their voices were being heard, and they were paving the way for a brighter future. In the months that followed, the Student Council thrived. They organized community cleanup events, initiated awareness campaigns about mental health, and collaborated with local leaders to address educational disparities. Maya remained a constant presence, providing mentorship and celebrating their successes. As the school year came to a close, Layla and her classmates organized a celebration to reflect on their accomplishments. They invited Maya as the guest of honor, recognizing her role in inspiring their journey. During the celebration, Layla stood up to speak. "We wouldn't be here without Maya. She believed in us and showed us that our voices matter. Thank you, Maya, for everything you've done." The room erupted in applause as Maya felt her heart swell with pride and gratitude. "You all are the real change makers. Your determination and passion will inspire others for years to come. Keep pushing forward and never underestimate the power of your voices." As the celebration continued, Maya felt a profound sense of fulfillment. She had not only witnessed the growth of these young leaders, but had also been a part of something much bigger, a movement toward justice, equity, and empowerment. With each passing day, Maya was reminded of the importance of nurturing the next generation of advocates. She knew that together they would continue to make strides toward a more just and equitable society, ensuring that every voice was heard and every story mattered. And so Maya's journey continued, fueled by hope, resilience, and the unwavering belief in the power of community.